Hi everyone. So please watch the first portion before this second video. You should pause it and try it by yourself. Let me explain, assuming you already tried. State the amplitude, period, the vertical shift, and the equation of the midline for y equal to 3 sine theta minus 2. Okay, yeah, referring this formula, parenthesis, phase shift. Outside the parenthesis, you don't see parenthesis, vertical shift. So if you look at it, there's no parenthesis here. What does that mean? Vertical shift. This is the vertical shift for this equation, minus 2. Vertical shift by minus 2, which means you go down by 2. So midline used to be x-axis, which is y equal to 0. You go down by 2. Now midline equation should be y equal to minus 2. Amplitude is 3. Absolute value of 3. Period is related with the b value. B value is a coefficient of x or coefficient of theta. B value here is 1. There's nothing there, which is 1. So 2 pi over absolute value of b for period. 2 pi over absolute value of b. B is 1. So it becomes 2 pi as a period. Okay, for your Alex, I'm asking you to graph it. So I'm going to do one more practice of graphing for you. Period, we just calculated 2 pi. You do need a 1 tick mark length, which is period divided by 4. 2 pi divided by 4. Simplified as pi over 2. That's 1 tick mark. So how are we going to graph this? So go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So period is 2 pi, so you label that as 2 pi here. 1 tick mark is pi over 2, so it should be 1 pi over 2, 2 pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, 4 pi over 2, 4 pi over 2 simplified 2 pi. 1 pi over 2 is pi over 2, 2 pi over 2 simplified to pi, 3 pi over 2, 3 pi over 2. Okay, do you remember vertical shift was minus 2, which means down by 2. Midline used to be here in the x-axis. You go down by 2. So I want to draw the dotted line for midline at minus 2, y equal to minus 2. Amplitude was 3. Starting from the midline, you will go up by 3, you will go down by 3. You go up by 3 to get maximum line here. Starting from the middle line, you go down by 3 to get the minimum line there. Was it sine or cosine? It was a sine graph, meaning you start from the middle, you hit the maximum, you hit back to the middle, it's gonna hit the minimum, you're gonna come back to middle, connect them nicely. That will be your graph. Okay, for your Alex, you need a 5 points coordinate. Or some of your teachers may ask you to get that 5 points. You do need to provide 5 points. X value, X value, X value is 0, X value pi over 2, X value is pi, X value 3 pi over 2, X value 2 pi. Y value. Okay, do you remember the middle line here was a minus 2, 1, 2, minus 2, minus 2 here, minus 2 here, minus 2 here. Maximum line was 1. Minimum 9 was minus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 5. So 5 points right here. Next question. State the amplitude, period, phase shift, and the vertical shift for this. Okay. Amplitude is absolute value of 3. amplitude absolute value of 3. B value, if you look at the formula, B value is a coefficient of theta. B value is 2. So period is 2 power of absolute value of B, 2 power of absolute value of 2, which is 2 power of 2. Cancels out, period becomes pi. Okay, phase shift is inside the parentheses. H value is phase shift. H value is power 2. Power 2. Positive power 2 means you got a phase shift to the right by power 2. Okay, plus 4 outside the parentheses is a vertical shift up by 4. Okay, you should pause it, then try it. Let me give you this question. Find the phase shift, amplitude, and the period of function. So if I give you this question, you can read the amplitude, absolute value minus 3, amplitude should be 3. Value of B is 2. Value of B is 2. So period is 2 pi over 2. Absolute value of 2 is 2. Period you get pi. Minus 2 outside the parentheses, vertical shift is minus 2 or down by 2. Okay, here is the tricky part. If you read your phase shift as pi over 2, you got that wrong. So inside the parentheses, phase shift was the value of h. You might say, well, inside the parentheses, h value is power 2. That's wrong. Why is it wrong? Because theta or x inside the parentheses has a coefficient of 1. What about this? X has a coefficient of 2. Has to be 1. Coefficient has to be 1. How do you make the coefficient of x to be 1? You gotta factor that out. How? Factor 2 out. 2x, factor 2 out from 2x, you will have x. Minus power 2, factor 2 out from minus power 2, you will get minus pi 4. So what does that mean? Factor 2 out from 2x. 2x divided by 2. It becomes x. That's why you have x here. Minus pi over 2. What does that mean? Factor 2 out from minus pi over 2 divided by 2. That's what it means. So minus pi over 2 divided by 2. That's same as minus pi over 2 multiplied by 1/2, which is same as minus pi 4. That's why we have a minus pi 4. So we have a nested parentheses here. If you distribute 2 to x, you get 2x. If you distribute 2 to minus 1 pi 4, you get minus pi 1/2. This is exactly the same expression as this. But once you factor 2 out, now you can read the phase shift. So x minus h, look at it, okay? Right here, x minus h, theta minus h, x minus h. What's the phase shift? Pi 4. Phase shift is pi 4, not pi 1/2. Okay, I'll give you 2 more examples on that practice. Find the amplitude, period, and phase shift of the function. Okay, 3 plus 4 cosine, parentheses, pi x plus pi 4. Okay, don't get confused with this plus 2 in the beginning. That's exactly the same writing as 4 cosine pi x plus pi 4, close parentheses, plus 3. Plus 3 in the beginning, plus 3 at the end, doesn't matter. Same thing. Okay, amplitude here. Absolute value of 4 is 4. We got it. Period. Period is what? 2 pi over absolute value of b. Absolute value of b. B value is a coefficient of x, which is pi. So in this example, you got 2 pi over absolute value of pi. Absolute value of pi is pi. Cancel that pi out, so be 2. Period is 2. Okay, let's deal with the easy one first. Vertical shift. Vertical shift is plus 3. I like to say up by 3, but your Alex says plus 3. Phase shift is the tough part here. If you read phase shift as minus pi fourth, I'm losing you. Do not read phase shift as minus pi fourth. Why not? Because x has a coefficient of pi. X has to have a coefficient as a 1. What do? You gotta factor that out. You gotta factor pi out from here and here. You gotta factor pi out. You need a double parenthesis there. If you factor pi out from pi x, it's gonna be x. If you factor pi out from pi fourth, it will be 1/4. If you did not catch that, here is how you do. Pi x, factor pi out means divided by pi. Cancels out, that's how you got x. That's how we got the x again. Pi fourth. Factor pi out means divided by pi. Pi fourth over pi means divided by pi. Pi fourth divided by pi is multiplied by reciprocal, which is 1 over pi, because pi same is pi over 1. Pi numerator denominator cancels out 1/4. So that's why we got 1/4. Another way to look at it is, if you distribute pi here, you get pi x. If you distribute pi to 1/4, you get pi 4. Now you can read the phase shift. Inside the parentheses, x has no coefficient, which means it's 1. Now you can read the phase shift. Phase shift is what? Minus 1/4. Because that's same as x minus 1/4. You got this as a h. So phase shift here is minus 1/4. I like, that's how your Alex says. I like to say phase shift is left by 1/4. That's my preference. Okay, you should try one more question. Again, -1 in the beginning has no different than having that at the end, like this. So amplitude, you take absolute value of A, which is 1/2, period, 2 pi over absolute value of B. B is 3 here. So it should be 2 pi third is your period. The phase shift is a tough one. Let's do that later. -1 is a vertical shift. Vertical shift, -1. I like to say down by 1. Okay, phase shift. Do you remember? If you read as pi fourth as a phase shift, I'm going to lose you. Why? X has a coefficient of 3. What does that mean? You have to factor that out. You have to factor 3 out from this, 3 out from here. If you factor 3 out from 3x, it's a x. Okay, how do you factor 3 out from minus pi fourth? Factor that out means divide by 3. Divide by 3 is exactly the same as multiplied by reciprocal. So it should be minus pi 12. If you factor 3 out, you get minus pi 12. So when you distribute 3 here, you will get minus pi 4. Okay, what does that mean? Our phase shift is minus, no, not minus, because formula says x minus h, so x minus h. So phase shift is positive pi 12. The way I prefer to answer phase shift, I like to say right by pi 12. That's what I prefer. But for your Alex, you need to say positive pi 12. Okay, guys, you should be ready to do your Alex homework 13. Then I will see you guys for next lesson.